I haven't really been covering the Amber Lynn stuff a lot lately, because she's become very boring in the sense that, she's really not doing any work on herself. She's mostly just going and doing bingo with her mom and drinking while she's watching movies. It's just become a boring story. So, but this is one of her exes, and I think Becky Beck is implying that they are non-binary or something at this point. Um, I think that's where we're going with this, but mostly this is just about Beck. Um, so he, they um talk a little bit about Amberlyn, but it's mostly about Beck. Thank you, Just Saying, for capturing the content.
Hey guys, thank you. Logan just cut my hair not that long ago. So yeah, today was my first day at my job, and it went pretty well. I go back tomorrow to learn more things.
Congratulations. Congratulations on the new job, Beck. That's very cool. That I'm going to have to be doing the same thing here pretty soon of trying to get back into the workforce. So I feel for you. And I know, yeah, first day is always about training.
Am I going to do an interview with Mr. Snowflake? Possibly. I'm definitely thinking about it. I'm not wanting to get on there and say a bunch of nasty things, but I do want to speak my truth. I just don't want to do.
So, for those of you who have not been following the Amberlyn story, Mr. Snowflake did a two-part documentary with one of her other exes, Casey, that was eyebrow raising, shall we say. And she was quite rude about it, actually, and started blaming Casey for the problems that happened during their relationship. It was like 15 years ago. And I don't think she would have even had those types of problems with Casey had she not um, defamed him 7 years after it happened. Like, that was so unnecessary. And that was what caused a lot of the chaos for Casey, was that Amberlyn, when she got a larger following on YouTube, defamed Casey and accused him of rape.
Bit maliciously. I mean, it's been a really, really hard last few months, and I actually struggled with making this live. Like, I've been having such bad anxiety over everything for the last few months. But here I am, and come to Lexington. I was there not too long ago. Did I gain weight? Yes, I have gained weight, but I've been off those Ozempic for a few months because of what's going on with my thyroid. Still waiting to get into the doctor for them to do something about it. I've got to have some.
You don't owe anybody an explanation. You're fine. You're fine. Okay? You're obviously getting medical care. You're doing what you need to do to take care of your health issues. It doesn't happen overnight, right? Thyroid problems run in my family too. And so there will be a time in which I'm going to have to get like checked up like every 6 months, like my dad is.
labs done, but other than that, Dexter, have you spoken to Feline? We actually haven't spoken since summer of last year. Yeah, I do prefer to be called Beck now. I mean, I really don't mind too much when people say Becky, I guess because I was Becky my whole life. But, I mean, my mom wanted me to be called Rebecca. It didn't go her way, so I'm just going to go by Beck. Things are ebbing and flowing. My depression still isn't really where it needs to be. I'm out of one of my 3 medications. I actually am supposed to go to the doctor about it Thursday, but that's going to interfere with my work. So I'm going to have to figure out something else.
You got to figure out how to do it on like your lunch break. That's you gotta get a medical center that's close enough to your work and do it on your lunch break. That's how you roll. And you know what? Usually workplaces are cool with you, like, I don't know, being 30 minutes to an hour late if you have a medical appointment. They'll give you some space to get that done. But just try and work it out on your lunch break. And just pack your lunch so that you can like eat it in the lobby or something.
I'm going to have to figure that out because I can't miss work. I mean, I'm definitely going to open up, even on my own a little bit, on my own channel, about, my life from about 2016 to now, because that's when everything started to and it just all got worse from there. So,
Wow.
you could also tell your story on your platform to make money, Junix. Yes, I could. What did I think of Casey's interview? I didn't get through all of the second part. I need to finish it. But I did see the first video about it, which is what I seen all them years ago. And now that I've heard more of the newer information, I'm like, I don't really know. I wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is my story and what I have to say. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Do not be intimidated. Oh, that's a really hard thing to do, to not be intimidated. But I know I have a lot of people backing me. And like I said, it's not to be malicious or to stir a pot or anything. It's just to finally get my story, my half of the story out and be done with it. And I am going to be a little honest about it too. There's a portion of it I don't remember, if that tells you anything. I think I probably disassociated through those moments. I feel happier. I feel a little happier. Bill, and sorry you had to deal with the narcissist, Lynn. I just hope that through everything she can open her eyes and do work on herself. That's a lot to hope for, though, isn't it? Only talk about what you're comfortable with, like CES. And that's what I'm gonna do, because, I'm not comfortable coming on here just to be, like, say a bunch of disgusting things, like, that's not me. But I am going to definitely speak on what I feel comfortable speaking about. Would love if you just watch back videos with...
Yeah, this is a lot of us have gone through relationships that didn't work out, right? Where we were mistreated. I'm going through that right now. In fact, I've been breaking up and making up with my boyfriend for about a year. And I think that I'm kind of done now because we talked about exchanging fragrances for Christmas, and he gave the perfume that he bought me to his daughter instead. And I find that creepy and weird. And so I think I don't know how he's gonna recover from that one. I don't know how he's gonna recover from that one. Especially like reflecting back on like the way that not only he treats me, but all the other women in his life, including his daughters. I'm just like, this guy really does not respect women, and he acts like he does, and he gives the appearance of respecting women, but he's really not respecting women at all. And sometimes it takes you a while to like figure out that you're being that you're being mistreated. Sometimes it takes some reflection and some deep thought to be like, wait a minute.
You and them and listen to what lies she was telling. Listen, I've seen a lot of reaction channels. I've seen clips of things, and seeing it from a screen perspective and not in the moment, like I'm on the other side of it, like seeing it.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I wasn't seeing it in the moment. Oh, no, JoJo B, straight up. I wasn't the perfect partner. Listen, when we got together, neither one of us had any business at all being in a relationship. Neither one of us did. I'm ready to depression. I know. I know I didn't deserve it, but I had no self-worth in that point of my life. So I just let it happen. Like, nobody has hurt me more than I have. That's the God's honest truth.
I I get you. I get you. Like when I started out my relationship, um I was really injured. It was very early in my injury, and I was in and out of consciousness like every few days. I had a long road to actually getting to the point where I can just limp. I can just limp around, you guys. But I definitely feel like I have self worth. Like, that's one of the things the doctors asked me the other day is, are you depressed? And I'm like, well, I was in the beginning, but not really. I I feel pretty good about myself. I'm definitely not making as much money as I would like to because I used to make a lot more money than this. But I don't feel bad about myself, and I kind of enjoy like sitting around and doing reacts at this point, you know. And if this actually turns into something for me, then that would be pretty cool. But y'all gotta subscribe and like, because I need at least 1,000 followers apparently to actually monetize my channel. Um, so I could potentially make some money off of what I'm doing. Um, I don't know if I could make enough to live off of. Um, but it would be nice to be able to do something like that. In the meantime, I'm just, it's like 2 in the morning right now, and the reason I'm up is because I woke up in the middle of the night because I had to throw up again because of the pain. Um, so every so often I have to get up and throw up because I'm in a lot of pain. That's another reason that, when I watch Foodie Beauty whine and complain about things that she says that she has when it sounds like she's just repeating my symptoms. It really bothers me. Like, she's like, I have sciatica. And she describes it in such a way that it doesn't actually sound like sciatica. Sciatica is like sharp electric shocks going up and down your leg. And what I have on the left side is called complex regional pain syndrome, which is the same thing as Take Care of Maya, right? The one that was medically abducted by the hospital at Johns Hopkins, and her mom ended up committing suicide because they were accusing her of having Munchausen by proxy, because they were being advised by doctors to give her a pretty heavy painkiller. I'm trying to remember what it's the same thing that Matthew Perry had in his system when he died, but I can't remember what it's called right now. Um, so they gave her mom a really hard time because she was a very stubborn woman who was trying to get the doctors to do what she thought was best. And they basically abducted her daughter and prevented her from being around her at all. And it it drove her to the point of madness, you know? It's really fucked up. But I have that same condition as Maya. And what it is it's similar um, to sciatica. It's similar, but it's not the same. It's it's a nerve condition. It goes up and down my leg. Sometimes it feels like my leg is on fire. Um, sometimes there's always a constant pain. Like it never goes away. There is not a single day in the last almost 2 years in which I have been pain free. Not a single day.
I can't just single one day out because a lot of one, like, every day looked the same, if that makes sense. Like, every day looked the same, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I couldn't just pick out one day. You said your sister was contacted by FBI, Frank. That was a lie. No, my sister wasn't. Because if she was, I would know about it. I mean, I'm not going to try to disappear for 6 months again. I don't mean to disappear. But then again, YouTube isn't my actual job. I'm working again. I've got a whole job. I can do YouTube on my days off, which supposedly I'm supposed to have 3 days off a week. I work like 4 10-hour shifts or something like that. So hopefully I will have more time for YouTube, and hopefully my mental health just keeps climbing up from here because I can't take another crash. I've had 2 of them in 2023. Why'd I say it like that? Whatever. Do I follow the Chantal thing? No, not really. All I know is that she moved from Canada or something and has now moved back. I don't know. I really don't know anything about it. What's the real reason we didn't go to Lexington Pride that one time? Well, we spent all day out and about doing stuff that that was the day before. The next day, whenever we were supposed to go to Pride, it was too hot and she didn't feel like going out. So I was just like, I can't argue this. So I stayed with her. I mean, that's usually what I did. I just stayed with her.
Oh, you didn't have to do that. You could have gone. You could have gone. Left her at the hotel or whatever. I mean, like, don't let somebody else ruin your day.
I work in sales. That's all I'm going to say. Just because, I don't want everybody knowing where I work. Ideal partner, spill the beans. That's a big question because I don't know. To be honest, every time I go to like Facebook dating, I just scroll and I don't message anyone. And if I do get messaged, I usually don't message.
That trips me out. I thought they actually canceled that program. I thought it was so unsuccessful that they actually removed it. I had no idea that still existed.
Back because I'm terrified of dating. I'm terrified of opening myself up to someone else. I don't know. I just feel like I have too much problems to date right now. I wish I could be a full-time YouTuber. I just don't feel like I have the personality to be a full-time YouTuber, or like my life isn't all that interesting. I don't have kids. I don't have a bunch of friends I can do crazy stuff with. It's basically just me, and I'm just a big nerd. Did Amber make me hate chili? I'm telling you guys, I'm not playing around. I liked the chili. I liked the chili. It was good chili. I was happy with it. I can give her that. She had good chili. Then again, I have a very bland palate. I don't like spicy or anything like that. How was your first day at new job? I basically just stood back and watched, and I soaked in some information, like computer stuff.
Yeah.
But I've not got to do hands-on or anything yet, and that makes me a little nervous because that's how I learn most.
Well, I mean, that's normal, though, for like a first day of training, is that they just show you everything. And then, I mean, basically there's a concept behind that. It's like, show them, have them do it. I can't remember what it was. Like, one of my bosses back in the day had like a sticker on her wall that described this teaching method, but it's basically like you show, and then you have them do it, you make corrections, and there's like 4 steps to it. I can't remember anymore. It's been too long since I've done this. But ultimately, they're gonna have you do it, and they're gonna watch you do it, and they're gonna make corrections, and then they're gonna leave you to do it on your own. That's how it goes.
Is hands on. So I don't know. We'll see. Tomorrow's day 2. I don't know if Amber still talks to them or not. Yeah, I am far behind career-wise. I mean, a lot of people are. We can't all be winners, can we? Even the halved onions floating around. I don't think there was onions in it. Because if there was onions in it, I wouldn't have ate it. Unless I picked them out. I don't remember.
Well, they could have been cooked onions, which would have made them very soft and almost unnoticeable.
All I knew is that there was mushrooms in it. And for some reason, that just made it. That made it so much better. I love mushrooms. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Am I single? For sure. Very, very, very single. Do I smalt the sunk? I mean, I hit the pins. And once it becomes legal here, for sure. What advice would you give Amber's future girlfriend? Don't.
Don't.
Simple. Just don't go there.
Don't.
She needs a lot of work before she gets into another relationship. And I mean that with all the love in my heart. Thank you so much. I'm happy to see you guys too. I build up so much anxiety, and it almost sends me into an anxiety attack over the thought of, going on YouTube, making a video, doing a live. And I don't know why, but then once I get on here and I'm on here for a few minutes, I start to feel a little better. I don't know. You can't tell my brain anything. It's just going to do its own thing. Mm-hmm. I'm in your walls. Becky, let's date, please. I'd love to. I miss dating. I miss the excitement that comes with it. I don't know if I'm ready. I have a lot of damage that I'm trying to undo, if that makes sense.
Well, dating requires so much trust, right? It requires a lot of trust, and that's what I'm going through right now too, is that, I trusted somebody who totally let me down. And we've been together for 1.5 years, and I feel completely let down. I don't even know what to do with this situation.
I don't want to carry that over into a new relationship and put all my trauma on somebody else, if that makes sense. I want to live in freedom. I want to dance with my demons.
Okay, there we go. That's the update from Beck. That's my last name, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you want. I don't know what you identify with. I have no idea. Because you didn't exactly make that clear. Beck's my last name. All right.